So, big shock to no one. Shock to no one. Former Amazon and Disney executive affirms that Hollywood has contempt for the audience and hostility toward white people and men. These people who are so determined to prove how college educated they are, like that's the one thing they boast, right? We're college educated compared to all you people on the right who barely even passed high school and dropped out. We're so much smarter than everyone. And they are the most narrow-minded, the most intolerant, the most ignorant group of people you're ever going to come across. College education doesn't make up what? Can I help you? Can I help you? Sam. What? Are you going to relax or are you just going to keep moving around? What? You're too big now. That's why you can't get comfortable. You're too big. You're not a baby anymore. He's almost 10 years old. And you don't fit my arms like you used to. Yeah, you don't. Boy. Mwah. You're a very good boy, though. Now, what was I saying? Um, yeah, being college educated doesn't make up for the lack of common sense and logic that these people lack. They think that just because you're a liberal, that you're going to agree with everything they do. They think that because you're a liberal, they can push out subpar products with forced diversity, and you're just going to start clapping and barking like freaking trained seals and just agree and enjoy it. They can't comprehend that people on their own side are getting tired of this. It's not just evil white people, it's everyone. White, black, brown, you name it, they're tired of it. But these people in Hollywood are so stupid and narrow minded, they go to the easiest scapegoat of all white people. And it shows how narrow minded and intolerant they actually are. That every time something goes wrong, it's this group of people's fault. If a movie comes out and these people come out and say, "Oh well, then don't go see it. It's not for you," and it bombs, oh, it's all white people's fault. If a Barbie movie comes out and it bombs, oh, it's white people's fault. If Star Wars comes out and it fails, it's white people's fault. They never take into account that white people aren't the only people who make up the fandom. But these people are so narrow-minded, they can't comprehend people on their own side not wanting to deal with this crap anymore. They are the most hateful and the most freaking intolerant. And Sam, you gotta figure out what you're gonna do. I'm trying to do something here. I can't with you climbing all over. So are you gonna lay down or are you gonna go onto the bed? I mean, the window's open, so we can... You know, it's hard being a person who animals love. What? What? Can I help you? Come here. Come on, let everyone see you. Come on. There we go. Look at that face. Look at that face. Yeah, Sam. Mwah. Ew. So, Amazon Video and Amazon Studios founder and Disney executive Roy, you got your claw stuck. Uh, Price lampooned Hollywood for having contempt for the audience and hostility towards white men, white people and men. In a recent article posted by his Substack titled, uh, Sam, you're getting your claws stuck. Sam, go. You're getting your claws stuck in my shirt. Yeah, great. I don't want to hear it. Uh, woke is a new disco. Price blasted the current Hollywood elite for living within an America that exists mainly in Hollywood HR departments, Columbia's facility lounge, and at CNN and MSNBC. He noted that the studios and the elites that run them have chosen to disdain and ignore many Americans, including half the country's votes, 40% of Americans who own guns, another 40 who attend church monthly, and 74% who live outside the West Coast, New York, and New England. Add this to roughly 50% of Americans who are male. Next, Price declared that the deeper problem within Hollywood is contempt for the audience. Yeah, like these people, again, they think that if you're a liberal, you're just going to start every time you see diversity. But then these characters that are diverse are terribly written. Like Osha. She's a terrible character. But because she's black, they expect you to just, oh my God, diversity, inclusion. I can see myself. And the minute you criticize, you're suddenly a far right extremist. Even if you're on their side and you agree with everything else that they do, the minute you criticize the character, you're a far right extremist, you're a phobicism, and you support Donald Trump and you kick puppies on the weekend. He explained wokeness, both in politics and entertainment, carries within a strong and explicit element of hostility, particularly towards white people and men. You don't say. While this approach initially gained compliance through social pressure and corporate acquiescence a few years ago, such accommodations were, of course, temporary. Amongst the people and in courtrooms, and by 2024, wokeness has become toxic. To a large part of the audience, it is embarrassing, widely resented, relic of the past, and the people need to see that acknowledged by candidates. They, especially men, need to see wokeness disavowed. He later reiterated Hollywood is having a difficult time, partly because, like Kamala Harris, it has been denying the reality of the audience. It has not been meeting customer expectations, but mostly because it disdains them. Yeah. It's time to focus on doing well, making great shows, hiring the best people, and responding to the customers. Meeting customers where they are, giving the people what they want. Because making customers the enemy of your industry is never viable. Blasphemy. This person needs to be found and arrested immediately for wrongthink. Wanting to create good products that people enjoy rather than pushing DEI. FBI, you need to find this person right now. They are a threat to democracy. It is time to focus. Yeah, make people what they want. He also shared why he believes Hollywood was so easily captured, the ideology. For most people, it is conformity. Hiring decisions are subjective in Hollywood, so there is always pressure to conform. Yeah. Hence why you hear everyone and their mother like, oh, I support Kamala Harris. But you don't really hear any celebrities supporting Trump for the most part because they know that there's repercussions. Because this is the way the world has gone. You can support Kamala Harris openly, but if you support Donald Trump openly, you're going to get blacklisted. You're going to get canceled to the point where you can never find work again. Now, for some people like Tim Allen and someone like that, I mean, James Woods. I mean, I think James Woods is retired pretty much from acting, so he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He has enough money to last him a lifetime, so he doesn't care. But most people just keep their mouth shut because of this climate of if you speak out or you say something that goes against their conformity, it's like, oh my God, we need to separate you. We need to cancel you. It's like, okay, I vote differently than you. Why am I getting blacklisted here? Uh, in addition, at this point, some people believe that if not for wokeness, they would still have their jobs. They're probably right about that. Yeah. Finally, Price revealed that he believes Hollywood should and can be saved and explained how that can, I don't know, make good products, stop discriminating against certain groups of people. If people criticize your product, don't come out and say, oh, well, you're just a bunch of phobes, this and isms. It isn't made for you. You don't like it, don't watch it. Any one of these things would help you do better in Hollywood. You know, if you're an actor, keep your mouth shut. If don't pull a Rachel Zegler and start bashing the you know, the previous movie or whatever. Keep your mouth shut. Simple as that. Simple as that. If you're in an interview and you're talking about, you know, they're asking you questions about your new movie, don't go off on a tangent and say, oh, well, the original was in 1937. It's a little outdated. You know, the prince kind of stalking her. Weird. Yeah, don't do that crap. Okay? Just promote your movie. Simple as that. You do that, people won't come out and criticize you. And then you won't have to clap back, as the kids say, with more tweets of your own. You know, simple as that. You're there to promote a movie, just do it. You're trying to sell a game, you're whatever, and people criticize it. Don't come out and say, oh, well, the game's not for you. If you don't like it, don't play it. You're just a bunch. No, you just say, we understand where you're coming from, and we'll try to meet everyone in the middle. Try to get everyone what they want. You don't alienate a large portion of the player base or the viewer base or whatever. First, he stated, at this point, it is not enough to be woke. One must be anti-woke. As for what that entails, he shared that it means putting a focus back on mediocrity, ambition, freedom, and humor. Uh-huh. Like, people are too afraid to be funny now. Because it's like, oh, you can tell all these jokes about, say, white people and Christians and that, but you say something about a gay person and like, you've crossed the line. That is not funny. So when you start suppressing things like comedy, if you're trying to make a movie and make it a comedy, but you're like making yourself like all PG and trying to keep it family friendly or just bash only a certain side, that's not how you need to be open to bash everyone. And you should be able to accept criticism and take, you know, insults or whatever, jokes from everyone. Oh, well, white Christians, this. Oh, Donald Trump supporters, am I right? But then you make a gay joke and everyone's like, that was extremely homophobic and we don't appreciate it. So, furthermore, he noted it means that the era of canceling must come to an end rather than accusations must be handled with fact-based, level-headed judgment. Yeah. Remember, this is America. Innocent until proven guilty. But no, if accusations are made against you, you know, these celebrities and all that on Twitter, they pretty much, Twitter is like the judge, jury, and executioner. Whatever, nowadays, whatever Twitter says goes. Even if there's no evidence, if Twitter deems you guilty, you're guilty. Even if there's no evidence at all. And we see that in court cases so many times. You know, people will say, oh yeah, this person assaulted me back in 1990. Do you remember when it happened? No, I don't remember. Do you remember if there was anyone there? No, I don't remember. Do you remember exactly what happened? No, I don't remember. Do you remember what you were wearing? No, I don't remember. That's it. That man's guilty. That man is clearly guilty. He also noted the super woke may have to leave, or perhaps some kind of some can walk it back. But Hollywood could also start by confronting the original sin of this recent era by distinguishing between those excluded for legitimate reasons and those purged in a feral moment of vindictive frenzy to capture power. Yeah. Uh, the most vocal viewers of the franchise wield the power of the internet in order to push their bigoted agenda. That originates from the prejudices of an earlier time. No. Oh God, the lesbian space witches. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Like, this bitch is so freaking bad as a character. So bad as a character. She's so bad. At first the show starts, and Osha and May, and like one of them's trying to leave. The Jedi are there, and it's like, oh, I want to go with the Jedi, and she's like, no, you need to think about this, and blah blah blah. And then years later they go back and they end up killing her, because she tries to kill them. She turns into this big old puff of black smoke and all that, and then Master Squid Games kills her. And then as she's dying, she's like, I was gonna let her go. And it's like, why didn't you tell them that before you tried to kill them? This bitch was terribly written. It has nothing to do with her being black. She was just a really bad character. If you're being confronted by the Jedi and you're trying to make them see reason, you don't try to kill them first and then say, I was gonna let her go. No, you tell them you were gonna let her go first, and then if they still continue to want to fight you and try to kill you, then you can take action. It made no sense. It's not because she's black. She is a terrible character. Osha was a terrible character. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. They're just terrible characters. But Hollywood is too narrow-minded to see this. They think, again, that, oh, look, there's a black character, and they expect everyone, especially on their side, to just and then they start speaking out. But then instead of acknowledging the fact that people on their own side are speaking out against it, no, it's all white people. It's all evil white men. Evil white men. Ooh. I went from thinking, oh, what was this? Again, video game history and those who cover it have been captured by the ideology. Game developer conference advisor and video game consultant Marina Diaz. I went from thinking I'm a shitty designer to consult and train teams at one of the biggest game companies in the world. Keep believing in yourself and fuck white men and gatekeepers. Not all white men suck, but you know what I mean, my loves. Do I hate white people? Yes. And if you're a friend, you'll understand why this is never personal. I hate white privilege so much. White privilege? I mean, that's why these game companies have more diversity than anything else right now, because of white privilege. Why white people are being discriminated against? Yeah, white privilege at its finest, I guess. Uh, White privilege so much their ability to scream reverse racism. There is no reverse racism. It's just racism. When companies are choosing certain groups of people over them, that is racism. When you have a bunch of these people online talking about, oh, I hate white people, white people need to die, and that's racism. There's no reverse racism. It's just racism. Reverse racism, when faced with a tiny bit of criticism, coming from the same people who scream racism and everything through, even with the smallest bit of criticism. Someone criticizes the character and you scream racism. Okay, so pot meet kettle. Um, but we've known for a while Hollywood and all these companies hate white people. It's obvious. They race swap any chance they get. They make white people either the villains or they make them to where they have to be told what to do by the strong, powerful black woman, or whatever else is in there at the moment. They obviously don't like white people. And the best part is most of these people are white. The white guilt that these people have is insane, that they hate the color of their own skin so much. And they wonder why their projects fail. And they wonder why people are getting tired of it. Even people on their own side. Again, they think that just because you're liberal, you're going to just start clapping like a good little trained seal and just love everything they push out. They don't realize that, oh, hey, guess what? These people have brains. They're individuals. And they're tired of what we're doing. They can't, it doesn't even compute to them. They can't even fathom the idea that other liberals would even question and talk about how bad of a character is because of their, because of forced DEI. They can't even comprehend. But so the scapegoat when it comes to that is always white people. It's always it's always a white person's fault. If the movie fails, it's not because of the poor writing and the company coming out saying, oh, if you don't like it, don't watch it, or it's not for you. No, it's white people. It's always white people. But what do we know? We're just evil white people. Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.